This application is regarding a request to amend the municipal planning strategy and land use bylaw to permit accessory dwellings in rural areas. My name is Melissa and I'm a planner with the municipality. The purpose of this meeting is to inform the public of the proposal to amend the municipal planning documents, to explain how planning policies enable this application to occur, and to receive feedback from the public and answer to the best of our ability any questions at this time. Please note that no formal staff opinion or decision has been made. The following is the process the application will undergo. The first step of the process is to receive an application or receive direction from Council, which was received during the September 16th Committee of the Whole meeting. The second step is to organize a public information meeting, which is what this presentation is for. Staff will then conduct a review of the proposed amendment, consult with internal and external departments if required, and prepare a staff report for the Planning Advisory Committee. The report will then be presented to the Planning Advisory Committee. The PAC meeting from step 3 initiates a public participation meeting, which would occur in step 4, and it is an opportunity for public input. Following the public participation meeting, the Planning Advisory Committee will decide whether to make a positive recommendation to the Council. They can either recommend a positive or a negative decision, which would be taken to Council at first reading. Council will then give the application a first reading, from which Council will decide whether to forward the application to a public hearing. If a public hearing is required, the meeting would be held in the Council chambers and would be open to the public. This would be an opportunity for the public to come in, share their comments with the Council. Following the hearing, Council will give the application a second reading. At this point, based on the input from the public and staff recommendation, the recommendation from the PAC, Council will form a decision on the application. If Council makes a positive recommendation, the application will go through a provincial review, as the province is the overall approval authority. As this proposal is for an application to amend the municipal planning documents, the following is an overview of the documents in use. The municipality uses two main planning documents, the municipal planning strategy and the land use bylaw. The municipal planning strategy is our policy document, which has policies that regulate land use planning within the municipality. The document includes secondary plans, objectives for designations, and gives context to the geographic area of the municipality. The land use bylaw is the document that implements the policies of the municipal planning strategy through regulations to built form and land uses. This can include setbacks, building heights, what is permitted use in an area, and what is not. Based on these documents, the county is divided into various zones and designations. Each zone has a specific set of requirements within the land use bylaw, which includes general requirements for the properties in the zone. And so text amendment is a type of planning application or project where we make amendments to the text or regulations within these documents. So this request pertains to accessory dwellings. An accessory dwelling means one self-contained residential unit that is wholly contained within an accessory building. You cannot have an accessory dwelling without a main dwelling. Accessory dwellings can also be referred to as granny suites, garden flats, or backyard suites. In terms of how this project came to be, in October 2023, amendments were made to allow for accessory dwellings in growth centers. The next year, in October of 2024, residential uses were enabled to be used as a short-term rental. Staff received an initial request from a rural resident inquiring about the ability to build an accessory dwelling, and have since received dozens of other requests for accessory dwellings in other rural zones. And so as a result, staff are recommending that the permissions be extended to all rural zones that permit residential uses. It was at the September 16th Committee of the Whole meeting in which Council authorized staff to begin a review. The proposed amendments are to amend the text of both the municipal planning strategy and the land use bylaw to permit accessory dwellings in all rural zones where residential uses are permitted, including shoreland zones. Staff are proposing minimal restrictions on the location of the second dwelling other than within the agricultural A1 zone. For this, staff will be reviewing options related to restrictions on the location of the accessory dwelling to limit the amount of farmland lost to the development. This project and the proposed amendments would cover the entire municipality where rural zones are permitted that permit residential uses, as opposed to one individual property. And so through the Municipal Governance Act of Nova Scotia, Council is able to provide direction on the administration of plans and policies of the municipality to the Chief Administrative Officer, who is thus able to direct staff in the actioning of such plans or policies. Further, municipal staff are able to propose amendments through policies in the municipal planning strategy. We call this enabling policy. In the case for this request, policies 5.3.1 and 5.3.2 of the MPS enable Council to review the proposed amendments, and the proposed amendments must meet the policies and their applicable criteria. With that, I conclude my presentation. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to contact Laura or myself. Thank you.